Welcome to Total Agent Access, where we interview the most inspiring real estate agents in the world to share with you the best advice from our brightest minds. With your host, me, Colin Breadner. And we are back, and today we're going way north, all the way up to the beautiful city of Whitehorse, Yukon. Probably one of the most northern realtors that I know. Brittany Widrig, how are you?
Hi, Colin. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast today.
Well, this is so cool because usually I'm like the most northern person that I've talked to, like up north here in British Columbia. And you were selling real estate up in the Yukon. Tell us a little bit about how you first got into real estate.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I got into real estate. I've always been entrepreneurial at heart. I did a couple different jobs when I had my first child, so I was 21. And I just thought, you know what, man, if I could sell houses, that would be so much fun. A lot going for houses. And so that's kind of what sparked me. My mom got into real estate a couple years before I went and got my license. But I'm like, okay, if my mom's in it and, it's something that could give me flexibility to help to do houses, I guess this is for me. So that's why I did it.
That's great. And that's actually a big reason a lot of people get into it now. How has that perception changed over the years?
It's changed quite a bit over the years.
Yeah. And you've become more, realize that you're more into sales and marketing than anything else, right?
More into sales and marketing. I actually honestly when I'm out with clients, I'm like, you know what? It's connections first. Making the connections. And it doesn't even feel like work because I'm not a salesperson. That's what I tell my team. I'm like, we're not salespeople. We make dreams happen and we build connections.
And that's so true. And my team and I, we were talking about it the other day that we don't really sell the product. We sell ourselves at the beginning, but a house, if it's right for the buyer, then the house sells itself and there's no need for us to be salesy, right?
Exactly. We're just the conduits.
Yeah, totally. What was your first year like in real estate?
My first year was actually pretty busy. I ended up one of the top agents in Coldwell Banker in my first year. I cut my own house up for sale first because I wanted to get my first listing. Then I sold my neighbor's house, and then it was done like a ripple effect from there. But it was pretty busy for my first year in real estate.
What were your biggest challenges?
I think my biggest challenges were living in a small town and people knowing me formally as like a fitness instructor, just taking me seriously as a young Asian, getting into the markets and just building up my brand, but taking a brand new Asian seriously. I feel like that was probably one of my biggest challenges.
And how do you overcome that challenge? Because I always talk to people that this is a very difficult business to begin with. It's even more difficult when you're really quite young. And I'm talking, 25 and under, where people are, putting you in charge of their biggest asset. And how do you overcome that?
You just get out there and you start doing the activities, and being a learner and not being a know-it-all. And there's never too much that you can learn, but also just calling on peers and colleagues to say, hey, can I don't got to keep for this, but I need advice on this. Have a mentor, finding a mentor that's going to train you as well. I think is so important, just so you can have somebody to overlook all of your stuff and to make sure that you know your stuff and how you're relaying the messages to buyers and sellers is really important too. Because I remember when I dealt with one of my first deals, it was subject to the sale of another purchaser's house. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this condition? Like, how do I deliver this to my seller? I steered the crap out of my seller because the seller wasn't confident that I knew what I was talking about. So I think just getting a mentor to help train you, to help guide you. And that's something that I think it's so valuable to have somebody.
Now, give some advice on that. What are the best ways to look for a mentor? Like, what should you look for in a mentor?
A mentor should have good reputation. Really, really good reputation. I think a mentor should have at least 3 years experience under their belt. And I think at least that, they're selling anywhere from 10 to 20 houses a year before you start looking to them for advice.
Yeah, I agree. What are your top 3 strategies for generating leads in your market?
My top 3 strategies are videos, marketing videos. That's how I connect with my audience, is marketing videos, open houses to generate leads, and then we have a lead generation platform that we use right now. It's just really simple. It's street text.
Street text. What does street text do?
Street text creates kind of templates for you so that you can just give your property exponentials and whatnot, the price of the property, and then you can post the ad and you can use their algorithm to advertise. So it's different than just advertising on Facebook or Instagram. Advertising through street text, I feel, is more, it yields in their return in leads online. You get more clicks and more phone numbers.
Okay. That's actually interesting because this morning when I opened up my email, I had a email from Follow Up Boss talking about their integration with street text, and I was like, and I have to stay away from shiny objects. Mandate, because I love getting sidetracked with the shiny objects. But I was like, hey, I wonder what street text is all about. Basically, it's where you put a phone number or something, or a number on your rider on your sign, and people text in.
Yeah, so street text is so great for lead generation. I actually had it 6 years ago when I first started real estate, but it guarantees leads. I think I was paying like 15 cents a lead. That came off of it. So you just picture a lead out like, are you looking for a home mileage? Right? And then people stuff on Facebook that you get their phone number and their email and my name, so they can reach out to them. So those quality leads, like the phone number and names and the address and email, are street text numbers, and they're really consistent. It's super easy to use, and it's pretty
Well, 15 cents a lead is
Yukon.
Insane.
Nobody else is using these types of lead generation platforms, so we put the opportunity to just dive in there.
I think my lead generation right now is around $21, and other people say that is cheap.
Wow.
And I'm paying about that right now per lead.
How many Miltons are in your area?
74.
What is that much of that?
How many agents in Whitehorse?
There's about 35 to 40 agents in the Yukon. And I would say probably 50 of them don't sell unless they be in the house a year. So our market, I think, is just, it's not as dense. So I think there's sort of need to do lead generation like that for other agents just aren't utilizing.
Yeah. And it's the same in my market. There isn't a lot of people using, the latest tools and things like that. So on the lead generation, once you get that information, how do you, maintain that relationship? When you phone them, I'm assuming that you phone them right away.
I give them a call right away. There's a phone number. It's like a non-negotiable. Give them a call. Reach out. Because they wouldn't have done a phone number if they didn't want to be called. So then reach out and then get into some awesome scripting. I've brought on a coach, Jason Samari, who might be before we have through, because you've been on some of those calls. And I just love this script. Like, goodness, this made me such a more confident agent doing this scripting. They never had those scripts before. So I'm even more confident, the phone, giving a call, but it's just nurturing these leads as well. Like, looking at an appointment is something that just sticks into my head. And getting down to the need space in that phone call if I can. So, and then after that, it's just, we live in a small territory, so I know mostly everyone. And everyone like me knows who I am as well. So I had tried to engage with them on social media without being creepy, but just, if it's any diving in whatever I can, follow them on
And
Instagram.
social media is great for that. Having that ability to work your way into a relationship
Yes.
is fantastic. Just by engaging. And a lot of people, unfortunately, I see that they use social media incorrectly, or they just don't use it at all when it comes to trying to create relationships. And it's all about commenting on posts and working your way into being known and into a relationship with somebody that you want to get to know.
Exactly.
And back to, phoning them up is so important. And I agree. And it's something that is learned, and you have to practice scripting. And that's where, like myself, and that's where you and I met, was through Jason Simard and the Sims coaching platform. They have really revolutionized our team, and I'm sure yours as well, on how to talk to people. I never took it as serious. Having the ability to talk, and the ability and practicing it, and the things to say to people to effectively move somebody from, top of funnel to bottom of funnel. It's imperative. And if you're doing any kind of online lead generation of any sort, you really need to look and practice at what you say.
It's so true. Like, I don't know if you know, like, how is the market? That question I've been asked for so many years. Even as a producing agent, my old response before coaching would have been like, yeah, like, and it's just here and they're here, and okay, just been and talk, and I'm like, okay, Brittany, thanks. Have a great day. And I'm thinking in my head, oh gosh, had I have known the scripting and how to talk to people and how to deal with that question and create an appointment from it, there would have been a game change. I don't know if you thought the same way, Colin, but honest to goodness, I was like, gosh.
Yeah. I was very just, hey, it's always great. That was my general response. It's always great, which it is. We need to use those opportunities as real estate agents to deepen the relationship with people and unearth why they want to know, right? And then give value. And that's a big thing, like they're asking you for something. And it's a great opportunity for us real estate agents to show our value and be able to talk to them and then connect with them. And then hopefully down the line, you'll be able to help them with the biggest purchase or sale of their life.
My gosh, yeah. And like the times that agents get asked that, how's the market? It's just that question when my house went hello. Or you're asking, how are interest rates? Hasn't even been under. So it's such an open invitation. We're basically opening up the door for you to launch for in one capacity or the other, or down the road. So
yeah. Have you built a team now, or are you still solo agent?
Yeah, we started as a friend business partner, and business partner Larry and I have a team of just 4 agents, including ourselves. So it's just the 4 of us, and that's why I brought on our real estate coach as well, to just help put systems in place and to help us kind of get on track, because I'm very new to being a team leader. I always wanted to be a leader, just help people learn and grow, and also just to run a sustainable real estate business, because how I've been doing it in the past has not been sustainable. And you could probably relate to that,
I can absolutely relate, because when you're a one-person show, you're responsible for everything. You have all the hats on your head of marketing and sales and the financial stuff in the background and all that stuff. And then, you know what? If you're good at doing those things, then you get busy, and then you're like, okay, well, what? Like your days are taken up, all your time's taken up, and that's when the real problem comes in, and you have to leverage your time. You have to find leverage. So what do most people do? They hire an assistant first, or they partner with somebody to reduce the workload. And then you start buying leverage time there, and then you grow beyond that. And, like you have, get another agent on and bring another agent on. And that's when it gets really exciting. We often say that, as a solo agent, my real estate business, I don't think you can really call what we do a business until you have leveraged yourself out of the day to day.
That's so true. It's so.
Yeah, so that you can go away and this business operates without you. And I think that's a goal for a lot of people. But there are still those agents, those solo agents who want to do everything themselves, and that's the lifestyle that they want. And that's totally cool as well. So what are some of the struggles that you have found on growing your team?
So that's a good. Well, my business partner, before when I joined EXP last year and I helped to open up the brokerage here in Yukon, I had envisioned like, oh, I want a big team. I want a huge team. But I didn't even know how to run the team myself. I didn't even know the steps that were involved aside from being a coach. And some of the biggest struggles I think have been in taking on a coach and, they're hearing what steps you need to go in place in order for you to be a good leader and to really have a successful team or to put systems in place. So I was always doing one advertising, always looking around for me, always doing kind of everything. I had a personal assistant that I wasn't using her properly. Like, I feel like I just grew so big, but my systems weren't good. So I faded by because I'm good with people, great people skills, but my systems suck. So I think one of the biggest troubles, Colin, has been letting go, not taking control, and stop being a control freak over everything. And all by showing everything, like, hey, you know what, teammate, I'm going to let you take the lead. I'm going to let you keep leading this fire. Like, go on flames, and then I don't need to be there. That's the biggest thing for me. I'm still working on it.
You and I are so similar in that, because that's what I did. I just got really busy, and I knew that in order to lead the life that I wanted, I had to leverage other people's time. So I started bringing on an assistant, and then another agent, then another agent, then another agent. And I'm sort of continually just adding agents to help with the overall workload. But I didn't know what I was doing. You and we hired the exact same coach, Jason Samard, who had done it before and had those systems in place. So, I have to give a shout out to Jason. He has changed how I do business. And if anybody's out there that's thinking about growing a business, definitely look at Sim's coaching. But, those growing pains can be rough. And I always talk about building the rocket ship to Mars while we're going to Mars, right? And you get busy, and then you're adding the features underneath and trying to learn the systems. What systems have been most beneficial to you to help ease that pain of growing?
That's a really, really great question. What systems have I used? I don't do any paperwork anymore. That's a huge deal. And a big deal because I do all of my own offers, such as wills and addendums. I've completely released that. So that's like a system now that is completely in place, and that's allowed me to show over my clients. That system has been really, really, really important. But also, one thing that's been really, really important is building my CRM. When NTV Core EXP provides a platform, and building that database to keep all of my clients in there, so I know when I'm sending them, follow-up emails, all of that. Like, having a CRM, I've never had one before. And it's very overwhelming to get it set up when you're 5 years in, but when you're a brand new agent, it should be first and foremost the first thing that you get done. So both are systems that I put in place.
I completely agree with you on that. We use Follow-Up Boss. Okay. And if I say it all the time to my team, I'm like, you guys are so lucky. I wish I had this when I first started, because I would be way more organized. And I was very much like you. I didn't use anything. Everybody was laughing at me at the office the other day when I told them that my first CRM was a Rolodex.
It was a Rolodex.
Yeah, literally cards in a roll thing. And what I would do is I'd put a pen across it, and then I would call. And then when the day was over, I'd put the pen where I stopped. And when I came back to the office in the morning, that's where I'd start making phone calls again. So yeah, I wish we had follow-up, boss, right from the beginning. And it's key. What are some of your key organizational structures within the CRM?
Within the CRM?
Yeah, within, how do you how do you track and measure the successes of your team within your CRM?
Still working on that. I have to be very honest with you. I've just entered all my clients in like all of my whole entire database and still working on how to kind of track and measure. I did have a spreadsheet one of my other coaches gave me. It's just like a tracker to measure kind of like your gross commission income and projected income and all of that stuff, and put all of your deals in there. So that spreadsheet has been great. It's been working for me really well, but I'm just getting my feet wet. So I just finished putting all my clients into my CRM. So now I'm just starting to kind of get those systems in place within the CRM. Which is to see them all there, to be able to see, okay, past client, active, hot lead, cold lead. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
That's a perfect system that you have going on there, and categorizing everything to know where your database is sitting, and then getting the overall pictures. I have this many people in the hot, this many people in the warm, this many people in the cold, and that can help your team quite a bit, because those cold ones are at the top of funnel, and you got to keep in touch with them and try to move them down that funnel, work with them until they get to that definite warm stage. Back a bit, you touched on another lead generation thing that you're doing is property videos, and I love your videos, by the way. And I'm really always kind of curious to see how people live and what the houses look like in different areas of the world. But how did you get into doing video so much, and what is the benefit that you have been receiving from it?
The benefit is not for the clients. Like I definitely give me a limb for myself to market myself. And that at the end of the day, it's money well spent on advertising, marketing yourself to someone who can see you, who you are, and want to connect with you. It's different than just posting a picture on social media and showing up through video or through reels or, any type of video I think is so important. And so that's the power behind the video, and that's the feedback I've been getting around town, because I live in a small area. So you were like, down the street or at a grocery store, like, oh my gosh, we love your videos. I'm like, thank you so much. And I have fun with them too. I add my own little twist on them. I just started doing them. I never did videos with myself in them. It's it's just that it has this. But I've gotten so many more listings. People are reaching out to me to buy and sell their houses, and I don't really spend too much money on my own advertising at all. It's just posting the videos and sponsoring those.
Yeah, video, I can say it over and over again, that it's a real game changer for a lot of people, and it helps move people in from the into the trust platform, because they see you, they watch your videos, they get to know you through them, they get to like you through them, and then they start trusting you automatically. And everybody that I help and coach, I'm like, you got to be there, you got to do video, and people will reach out to you and they think that they already know you.
Isn't that the thing though? When you see somebody and you watch them consecutively, like I feel like I know Dr. Joe Dispenza or Oprah Winfrey or whoever, an author. It's just like, because when you watch them, it's like you connect with them. It's all about connection, isn't it? Building that connection and being really, really true and authentic how you show up. And I think my biggest fear before video was what people thought about me. Or I couldn't like the way that I looked or the way that I talked. Getting past that hurdle was so big. coaching really helped me become more confident, knowing that other agents such as yourself, like Jason Samard and other agents who are out there have the same fears, that they just step past it. It's like, just show up. If it doesn't, people see in you anyways. They see you as you are. And as a realtor, we have to sell yourself, so why not be the truest, most authentic version of yourself in your videos?
That stops so many people, and it's so hard for people to just get over that first hurdle. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. So I'm just not going to do it.
Or they'll look, or they'll the high in my voice. And my husband's just like, why are you doing that? You sound like a little girl. Just be normal. Just be yourself. And I'm like, okay, you're right. It's so funny when people, you get these ideas in your head of how you should show up.
Yeah. Like being on video is any different than if you and I met and we're talking to each other, right?
Yeah.
We all know what you look like. We all know what you sound like. Why not just produce videos?
I know. Exactly. Yeah. So it's
what are the most popular videos that you produce?
Oh my gosh. Well, I just started. It's just the listing videos. I haven't done any other ones. I do plan to do other fun videos and whatnot, but it's I love selling country residential properties a lot, because you really get a taste of the Yukon. You really get a taste of the landscape. It's like so breathtakingly stunning. So stunning. So I love shooting mountain properties and country residential properties.
Even during the winter?
The winter, even more. I can take a 5-hour ride over to Dawson State, or 6-hour car ride to Dawson. That's where I'd love to shoot, because it's so cold. The skies, the back, that landscape is so beautiful in the winter.
Yeah, same here. It's absolutely stunning on a cold winter day where it's blue sky and everything is white and shimmering. It's unbelievable. Now, in a small city like Whitehorse, how important is that to be on social media?
I think it's actually more important than ever in a small town. And most realtors in the Yukon here, we're not doing any videos, or not showing up on social media. I don't know if there's stigma about it before. Like, you're dead, someone come on and saying you're not coming off and taking what about. That's kind of stuff in my head. Like, I don't want to always show up and pester people on social media. People, that's how they connect with you. And so I think it's really, really important to show up, especially in a small town. Especially in a small town where people already know, like, and trust you. They say, here, look at this video. This is Brittany. This is your routine. This is how I want to show you. This is the girl you should work with.
Free advertising, right?
It is. Yes.
What are the best platforms for you to run for real estate marketing?
Oh my gosh, okay. I'm going to tell you a little secret here.
Excellent. We love secrets.
Facebook Marketplace. I get like 15 leads a day. If not a day, probably in a week, as soon as I post a new listing, it's easy for me to convert those leads. Just as soon as searching and the coaching and how to get into that lead space and kind of book it up in the further appointment. So Facebook Marketplace. Can't I have good sponsoring bands only recently? But it's unbelievable. So that's a power of our soul down is Facebook Marketplace. Instagram as well. And if I sponsor out someone business page, usually I get leads there as well. And also street text. I'll see post.
Yeah. I love Instagram for real estate marketing because it is a visual platform first and foremost.
Yes.
And it's great for posting, chopping up your larger videos and putting them in there as reels. I'm not saying anything that's everybody doesn't know, but you always have to reinforce that with people that this is what they should be doing. Now, have you encountered any challenges with social media?
Being consistent that is something that has always been a challenge for me up until recently, having somebody help me with my social media, just in the past couple of weeks, actually.
Leverage.
Yeah, leverage, because sometimes I would post, and then I'm busy. And I didn't post because I didn't leverage my time. So I feel like consistency, I feel like being consistent with it. But also, I think showing a little bit about your life too, and not just posting souls and posting your houses and whatnot, but showing your life. And I think actually, Colin, one of the biggest challenges for me was when I first started. I had a business page on Instagram, which is still like following on a personal page, and then I had the same personal page on Facebook and business page. And now I have a team page on Instagram, so I have 3 pages. And what I've done in the past couple of months, I'm actually more so just using my personal page because people can really, really, really connect with me. I still have a following on my real estate page. And I'll post houses there and send it to, my stories in my personal page. So it's been a big challenge. And even my new agent, so like, really, do they post? Do I get a separate Instagram business page and just use my personal one? That's the biggest, that was always such a challenge. You had to distinct. What are your thoughts on that, Colin?
I think you should have one on each platform. Make it a personal page, because I think part of it is that people want to connect with the authentic you, not the business facing you, because business facing you is always very curated. You're very careful what you put out. But I think it should all be combined, that your life is business and your life is your life as well. And you should have a balance there of both, business stuff and some personal stuff. It just lets people in a little bit better and helps make that connection with people.
Absolutely. I agree. And, also, I don't know if you leverage Facebook Marketplace at all, but
Yep, we sure do.
I've always posted my ads through Facebook Marketplace through my personal. So they can go right to my personal page and add me as a friend and get in front of me instead of the business page. Because I feel like if I were looking for a house, I want to see who I'm working with. But not the business side, they're really as well. The people are nosy. They want to know all the ins and outs about the real estate that they're working with. So allowing them into their personal page is so important.
Yeah. And I think people, again, it's such a huge, asset their home is, that they want to ensure that the person is a good person that they're doing business with. And they want to connect with them that way first. And then once you have that trust, they go and want to do business with you. But I think you should have both. You should be a bit of business, a bit of personal. And of course, you have to know what to post, what not to post from the personal side. Like, you just got to be more aware of it, like silly crap. So.
Absolutely. So what you're telling me is you're saying one on Instagram, one on Facebook, but not a business page on each. Just one.
Yeah. That's what I think. We have on Instagram, I have my personal one where I post a bit of mix. So I post a lot about this podcast, and then we have our team Instagram, but I share stuff from our team Instagram, all of our listings. Any of our agents does a video. I share it on my personal one, right? Because it is a big part of me, is what I do. I love helping people, and that's a big part. And I want to share that. And I don't think that there's anything wrong. I think you just combine the two. And also, like you said, it lessens the chaos of all of these different accounts, right? And you're confusing people by having all these different accounts, because they're like, is that person the same person as here? And why are all these? And we know that a confused mind always says no. So you keep it very simple and just have one on each platform, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So No, it's good. Growing as a real estate agent, I think is always very important. Our business is always changing. There's all new things like street techs today. So I love learning and growing, and I read a ton of books. If you're watching this on video, you see a bunch behind my head.
Do.
What books and podcasts or resources do you recommend for other agents?
Ooh, this is really this is my favorite topic ever.
Excellent.
This is a great question because it wasn't until I started working on my own personal development that my business really failed. I was really able to handle a lot of the confident and take on bigger people, and just bigger houses and that sort of thing. Doing the personal growth, going inward, doing the personal growth is so important. I listen to a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza, Jay Shetty, Oprah Winfrey, Denzel Washington. I listen to a lot of motivational speeches and there's so many more. The Shadow Effect is a new book that I just read that John Shatlack had recommended. That is an unbelievable book. I get there last to read it. It's on YouTube. You can get a YouTube Premium account. You can listen to it for free. But one of my actually all-time favorites is The Secret. You can listen to The Secret documentary, which is unbelievable because so many people that have used The Secret talk about it in the documentary. It's super fun to watch, but also to listen to. So I listen to a lot of personal growth, and I probably should listen to more real estate because I don't. But that's kind of what I like to listen to.
I don't think you need to listen to more real estate specific stuff. I think you can listen or read whatever you want as long as it's self-development and bring stuff over and apply it to your business. I think it's so important. And why do you think that there's a great number of people who do not do any sort of self-development?
I think it's so important, Colin, because it strengthens your aura as a person and as an entrepreneur. It strengthens you. It allows you to lessen the self-doubt, lessen the bad talk, lessen all of the noise, and be able to show up with confidence and power. You're just pouring power into yourself when you're developing yourself and lifting yourself up and learning from other people's experiences, what they've had to overcome and objections that they haven't faced, because it's all the same when you're an entrepreneur. We're all in a people business. So it's like how to be a good person, how to be an authentic person, how to be a strong person, to overcome objections. I feel like it's so vital. Whatever you're drawn to in terms of personal growth as an entrepreneur, because then you don't want to get into, we all probably have fallen, we've all been victim to it, but the scarce mindset or doubt or talking negatively about our colleagues and whatnot, and all of that noise. It's like, it doesn't happen. It could be easy. You could know that like the energy you put out, you're going to get back. So if you're putting out negative stuff all the time, that's what you're going to get back. And I'm not going to name names, but there's one beautiful realtor in Whitehorse that I love so much. I love her. She's a very, very, very successful agent. She's probably one of the biggest agents here in Yukon. And I love her so much. And, I think over time, she has a hard time because she doesn't get along with a lot of people. And I think that's so important to nurture relationships and get along with people. But what steps in her way is, I think, self-doubt, self-sabotage, but also just a negative interactions, conflicts, thoughts, perceptions of other people. And if you use eliminate and noise and just say, hey, this is gonna work out. I'm gonna give it all I got. There's no worry until there's actually an issue. Don't need to stress about this, but it all goes with personal development first, because it helps to strengthen you.
Yeah, I think the mindset of abundance is really, really important in our careers, because we look at other people quite often and we compare ourselves to other people and we start thinking that, well, that person's got 5 listings and I don't have that many and I'm failing. You start beating yourself up, but you got to understand that there is enough for everybody. And you have to come at it that giving away your stuff, like we're notorious for trying to hold our cards to our chest in real estate, not showing or sharing anything. I don't believe in that. If anybody asks me all my secrets, I will tell you. I will tell you exactly what my team does to achieve our goals that we do, because I believe in giving it away, because I believe that the scarcity mindset doesn't do anybody any good. And we're all here to elevate our own career and our own profession in the eyes of the public, giving away stuff and sharing with others how they can be successful. I believe is key. How do you set and achieve your professional development goals?
How do I set and achieve them? I for my morning routine, I really dedicate that self to just my ritual. A ritual. That's how I achieve my goals. It's also some visual. I write it out on my board. I actually got a huge whiteboard this year. It's a visual for me. So if I'm doing meditation, I'm visualizing where I want to be. That's really, really important. That's something that I like to do. But also just being consistent. It's holding myself accountable and nailing my morning routine. I'm not an angel. I don't do it every single day. I try my hardest. I don't beat myself up if I fail. I'm just like, how can I get better? I promise myself I'd do this, and, waking up, doing your meditation, personal growth, reading a book, whatever I can do, pour into myself before starting the day has really, really helped me to achieve my goals. And I think, yeah.
Well, let's unpack that whole thing. Tell me about a typical morning.
The typical morning or my most ideal morning?
Are they two different things, Brittany? Talk to me what you would like to do, because I know that you got 3 boys, and that's a handful.
One stays with me. He's about 19-month-old. I have to tell him that's my own fault. I have to get into his crib. I love, I'm an early riser, always have been, and it's so powerful. But early mornings are so powerful. If you can just try to be an early person. I like to wake up between 3:45 and 4:30 in the morning. It's plenty of time to get into my morning routine. It's either reading a book, doing a meditation for an hour. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I love him. There's so much good stuff on YouTube, like so much good meditation. So let's do meditation, visualization in that time as well, and then just have coffee, chill out, and then get into fitness. I actually teach morning fitness classes too, just for fun. I love to do that. So I'll let the teaching class, or I'll do some sort of fitness. That's like my most ideal morning routine, is getting all of those non-negotiables out of the way. Some days I don't do that though. I'm human. I'm a baby to stay when that I am, but you know what? You're only this young once. I know I make things up in my head, but I'm like, it's okay. You can snooze.
Justifying it, right?
I know, exactly, right? But we're not human. That would be my perfect morning routine. But I do love getting up early. You do start to love it, even for those who haven't done it before and they're like, I'm not early. I'm a late night person. Trying one of these. Do you go to try in your lunchtime? I would suggest that for anybody. Do you like the early mornings, Colin?
Do I like them or do I do them? Two different things. Well, to be perfectly honest, I lived most of my life before real estate, and I've been selling for 18 years now. I am a certified chef. So being a certified chef and working in restaurants and hotels, you tend to work at night and on the weekends. And so most of my adult life, I had that routine. And I always said to myself that I was a night person. I was a night person. No, I can't get up early. I'm a night person. Well, in the last 2 or 3 years, I have changed. And I'm going to tell you the secret right now to getting up early. You go to bed early. That's it. That's it. What do you normally do at night? And this is to everybody else, not even me, because I know the secret. What do you do at night that's so important? Most of us, we're like Netflix and chill, like you're just watching some YouTube or watching whatever on your TV. Now, If you cut that out and went to bed early, woke up early, you could get so much more done in your day. I've been getting up around 5-ish, quarter to 5-ish or so. Of course, like you here, the sun comes up really early and it sets really late. And so it's a little bit easier to get up in the summers than it is in the winters when it's dark for a long time. But you get up and it's unbelievable what you can achieve in your life before 9 a.m. if you just get up early. And the key is just go to bed early. Like I'm in bed usually at 8 o'clock, if not before then.
That's pretty amazing. That is so amazing. That's
right?
so that's discipline. That's a really pretty amazing discipline to go to bed. Even just end to bed at that time. And to change from what you came from, what you were used to doing, going to the late, to just switching, becoming a really riser. You should do a whole podcast on that, because I think a lot of people are scared when they're in such a routine of, I always say that, what if you just tried something different? See how more productive you are.
And here's another key to it. If you're getting up early and you got to get some kind of exercise in before 9 a.m. Now, if you do, like what I do is I do 30 minutes of cardio in the morning, minimum. Often I do about 45. I have a Peloton bike and a Peloton tread. I highly recommend Peloton. Love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. It's addictive. and then in the afternoon, I go to the gym, lift weights. But that's my routine of fitness. But it will help you reset your clock by working out in the morning, because by the time you get to 8 o'clock at night, you're really quite tired. You'll want to go to sleep much earlier, and then you can reset your clock and be that person. Be the type of person that wakes up early. And I think it's key in our careers, because you can get all that stuff done because we know how busy we are during the day. You do that prospecting in the morning, then you're working with clients in the afternoon or early evening, and then you can get home and you've got everything done, everything knocked off your list that you should be doing. We're getting on in this podcast here, and we could talk about morning routines for a while now, but what is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Don't take life too seriously. Don't take life seriously. If I had to add, and I want to add this as well, lose your ego as well.
Yeah.
Like, always lose the ego. Just don't take life too seriously, and just have fun with life.
In a few episodes back in this podcast, I had Gogo on, and Gogo said something that I still hear her voice in my head, where she said, "Your ego is not your amigo."
Gosh, it's so true. Honestly, it's so true, right?
Yeah.
We have a second person that we could quiet down. We can quiet that person down, but it's just sometimes it just gets so loud. It's like if we just quieted that person down, that ego, we just have living more about this.
Yeah, I agree. And you can do that through meditation. Work that into your morning routine. And I feel that working that morning routine like that, meditation exercise, helps you show up a lot more productive and better for you, your family, and your community throughout the day. If you could give one piece of advice to others, what would you say?
I can give you one piece of advice to others as realtors.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't, if you're about getting a sale or a couple, or you're just starting out, don't give up. Just keep believing in yourself and keep doing the measurable activities and the things that are will eventually make you plant all the seeds. And follow the seeds. New herd will start to come up. But it doesn't happen overnight. So I guess don't count on basic gratification. Just hang in there. It will happen.
And, on the planting the seeds and being a farmer, you have to have that mindset. You got to continually be planting your crops all the time, and they will grow. But again, like we talked about before, consistency, right? If you're not doing it consistently, measurable activities. Now, measurable activities are number of phone calls, number of conversations. And here's something that I learned. Last week, I was with, or 2 weeks ago now, I was with John Cheplack in Dallas. And the conversation that most everybody in the room had, and it was some of the top team leaders in the world or in North America mainly, it's all about having conversation. So if you are making your phone calls, having a conversation is 2 minutes or more. Sending out emails, sending out texts every day. And you can set whatever you want, the numbers, whatever you want. But doing that every day is planting the seeds, and then your farm will grow.
Absolutely. I love that. Yes, 100%.
Brittany, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much for coming onto the podcast, sharing your wisdom. And one of the big things we like to do on the podcast is we love people to send referrals.
Yes.
So if anybody has somebody going in or out of Whitehorse, how do they get a hold of you?
That's another great question. Facebook, Instagram, you can find me everywhere. Brittany Widrig. Just type in the name, you'll see it come up for Yukon.
And I'll make it super easy, like I always do, is I will put the links in the show notes to this podcast. So go to the website for the podcast and you can easily connect with Brittany there. Send her a referral because I know she loves referrals.
I do. I love referrals.
It's been a real pleasure, Brittany, and I'm sure we will connect sometime soon at some kind of conference, I'm sure.
Yes, we will. Absolutely. I'll see you again soon, Colin.
You got it. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Total Agent Access. Head on over to iTunes, hit subscribe. While you're there, leave us a review. 1 star is okay, but 5 stars is even better.